Now, actually, before you escape, guys, before you rush back to class, I'm going to check to make sure I've given you the right homework. So I don't have a book here. I have homework listed, but I want to make sure it's the proper stuff, okay? So just stay with me for a second before you rush back to class. Understood? You want to elaborate? Thank you. Okay, so this confused a few people. We said we have to factor this. Do we just do like x minus 4 and x plus 3? For my factoring? No. Why?
Because there is a value under the vertex.
Very good. So I'm going to factor this as quickly as I can. Multiply to negative 12. Add to negative 1, which should be negative 4 and 3. 0 equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 6. 0 equals 2x, x minus 2 plus 3x minus 2. 0 equals x minus 2, 2x plus 3. Now, you should be able to get it here no problem from what we just learned today already, so that should be no big deal. Can someone please, where are we at? Maddie, was that you or did I ask you a question? I didn't ask you a question? Maddie, do you recall what to do at this point in the game to solve for x? Not really? Okay. It's the same thing we did before. Remember, we have to make each, in order for this to be 0, one of the two brackets has to be 0, right? Because in order to multiply to get to 0, it has to be like 0 times a million or 0 times whatever. So I'm just going to split them apart like this. Okay. Then we just use algebra. Lillian, can you show off your algebra skills to the class, please? What's x going to be on the left-hand side?
I'm still writing to catch up. I'd have to come back.
Yes, come back. All right.
So you put your 2 to the other side, so you plus your 2.
Great.
And then you put your 3 to the other side, so it'd be negative 3, and then you add your x value, so negative 3 divided by 2, negative 1.5.
Yeah, we'll leave it as a fraction for right now, if that's okay. All right, now, this is the cool thing. Why did we actually do all that work? Like, what was the whole point of that? What did that give us?
Our x-intercepts.
X-intercepts. So those are actually points on the graph. The point is going to be what comma what for on the left-hand side. What's the y value in this case? 0, right? So this is just going to be 2 comma 0. And this is going to be negative 3 over 2 comma 0. Okay. Hopefully that's somewhat coming back for people. Because now we're going to completing the square with fractions, which is my favorite thing in the world. Okay, it's not my favorite, it's like in the top 1,000 though. Vertex, completing the square. Now I taught none of you in grade 10 or grade 11, but we will be completing the square with fractions in this course. Okay, what's the whole point of completing the square? What form are we looking at the equation into? Vertex form. So we want to go into, if you remember, y equals a, x minus h squared plus k. For time. Okay. So step 1, can anyone recall completing the square from grade 10 or grade 11? That's okay, it's not easy to remember. You sort of got it there? Yeah. Sorry, why not remember your name? Sorry, Jake, sorry.
Put brackets around 2x squared minus x.
Okay. I'm going to do it a little bit different, if that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out the a value. That's what I'm going to do here. Okay. So we're going to take out, we just want to have an x squared inside the brackets, plain x. So I'm going to divide by 2. Okay, so that's going to be your a value. Your a value is going to be whatever it is in front of the brackets. Now, what's negative x divided by 2 equal to? Half x. Okay, minus 1 half x. Now, that looks frightening. Okay? Do not be frightened. Elena, are you frightened? Oh, well, Elena, you're supposed to be strong and say you're not frightened.
So you divided in negative x.
Yeah, so what I just did is I took the 2 out from the first 2 terms. So whatever the number is in with the x squared, that comes from both terms. And think if you were to FOIL it back through, 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times negative 1/2 is equal to negative 1. Okay, so I haven't actually broken any math rules. I haven't cheated or anything. That's just how it goes. Does this look familiar to anybody? I'm going to talk to myself. Coming back a little bit. Thank you, Matt, for nodding your head. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Okay. Next up, what we're going to do is the completing the square step. Okay, the completing the square step is you're always going to divide the x term by 2. That's how it always works. Okay, so in this case, I'm doing negative 1/2 divided by 2. What is negative 1/2 divided by 2 equal to? Negative 1/4. And what's negative 1/4 squared? Well, I'll help you out. What's negative 1 times negative 1? 1. Thank you. Good. Well, lovely. What's 4 times 4? 16. So it's going to be 1 over 16. Okay. Now we're going to take the box term and put it inside the brackets. So you're going to get equals 2 bracket x squared minus 1/2 x plus 1 over 16 minus 1 over 16 minus 6. I only need this number right here. Why did I have to include the negative 1/16 in there? Well, I can't just add 1/16, right? Well, you can't just add a number to an equation and make it equal. So I had to add and I just subtract it. These are the 3 numbers that I need. This is going to be my trinomial right there that's going to make this something squared. Can someone remember what I do with that negative 1/16 now? Is this the same way your other teachers did it? Very close, I'd imagine. I'm going to shake my fist at all those grade 11 teachers.
Do you break it outside the brackets and multiply by the 2?
Yes.
Mrs. Sadler, what did you do with the red part right there?
Okay, hold on a sec.
How'd you get?
Okay, hold on. So this part right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so the regular completing the square is what you do is you take this term right here, and you divide it by 2 in the square.
Right.
So that's just a general rule, right? So this in this case it's a fraction, so negative 1 over 2. Divide that by 2, you get negative 1/4. And you square it and it's negative 1 over 16. That comes from this right here. Okay, so if you remember originally I divided these both by 2 to get negative 1/2. And then whatever that number is, divided by 2, right?
If x was negative 6 and goes to
6 divided by 2.
And it has to cancel
and then
something.
that will be you put it in the bracket.
Why do you have to divide by 2 in the first place?
Because you want, that's like your A value here. Like, because remember, if you take a look at this, you need x minus something inside your brackets. So you have to make sure x squared is nothing with it.
It always has to cancel.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply 2 by negative 1 over 16. Who am I up to? I can't remember. I've lost my track of my memory. Spider-Man has been dismayed here. Can someone please tell me what 2 times negative 1 over 16 is?
Negative 2 over 6.
Good. In those terms, what's negative 2 over 16? 1/8. Okay, so it's going to be equal to 2. Oh, we're running out of time.
Oh.
That one too.
Okay. Now this factors. Does anyone recall how that factors? I can factor that instantly. How do I factor that instantly? Does anyone recall?
Well, when
We use that
by
number.
2.
Yeah, we use this is the box number. So sorry, the underlying number. So this is just going to be x minus 1/4. And that box number is this box number over here. That's the match for completing the square. Okay?
How did you get negative 1
Because you're foiling it to get out, and then the negative's coming out, so you just foil it to get rid of it. Okay, this is a heavy class today.
The 1?
Not to make you feel bad, but this is grade 10, what I just did here. 10 plus, feel a bit of fraction in there. So it's 10
Wow.
plus. Okay. I don't want to scare, because I don't want to scare you. Okay.
I'm scared.
What is my vertex, and which way does this thing open? And recall. Hi, go ahead. Good.
And open up.
Yeah.
And vertex is
-6, but yeah. Okay, other than Kai, thank you, very good. Why is this one open upwards? Why does it open upwards? Yes.
The A value is positive.
Right, because in this case, A equals 2. And I'm going to draw this diagram. Oh, I'm running out of time. So basically, a positive A value looks like this. A negative A value looks like this. Okay? And if you put eyes on it, there you go. Okay? Okay, I'm going to write your homework on the board right now. Okay? And if I need to change anything, I'll let you know. You know what I mean, down at the library, okay? I'll grab a textbook and make sure this is all the right stuff. We didn't finish graphing, but I'll finish graphing tomorrow, I guess. So your homework is page 2, number 1 to 71. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. I'm not kidding about this, though. Okay. That's review page. That's review page. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably chop some of that because I didn't quite cover as much as I wanted to, but I don't have a textbook handy. So if you get down to the library before you escape, I'm going to grab a textbook and say, chop off number 7 or whatever. Make sense? Okay. Does everyone know how to make the library? Okay. Please stay there. You guys head to the library, I'll meet you down there, okay? Well, put our chairs up too, please. Bye! We'll be on the internet now.